Good morning, it's another theme park day today after our day in Amsterdam, and today we're at a new park. Welcome to Slagharen. Now I've wanted to visit here mainly since last year when their new ride opened, a Gerstlauer Infinity Coaster with LSM launches. It looks fantastic. It's called Gold Rush and I really look forward to seeing that one. Along with that, there's another roller coaster credit, only the two coasters at this park, and it's literally located just here actually. It's a Vekoma Junior coaster, and the park dates back to 1963. It's owned by a Spanish company based in Madrid that also own Park Warner, Park the Attractions. They own lots of different parks, Bobby Ann Land, loads of stuff. Have a look on Wikipedia, it'll tell you the list of parks, what they own. And yeah, I mainly wanted to visit here from last year, to be honest, to come and see Gold Rush. Lots and lots of kids here today, and they're all looking at me vlogging, all here at the entrance. Hello! Hi everyone! Hello, morning! Theme Park Worldwide on YouTube! Yeah. And there's the girls and Martin. What's going on, Martin? What's going on?
What's going on?
Oh my God! Are you looking forward to the park, Martin?
I am. This is probably my most anticipated park of the trip,
Same
actually.
for me. It's only a small
and it's
one.
probably the smallest park of the trip.
Yeah.
And yet it's my most anticipated, purely because of the shows and the parades. Yeah.
There's a lot to see
and
here.
the theming.
A lot to see in a
I
small
do like
park.
Wild West theming.
Look at this
I think everybody
entrance.
does.
Look at that entrance. That is gorgeous. That looks really new actually, doesn't
Plus,
it?
it's also been the cheapest park of the trip.
How much you paid?
€9.90.
That is this from Tripper, is it? Or
No,
Groupon
this
one.
time, yeah.
Martin's deals what he found for this trip. It's been a cheap trip, this one.
This has been the cheapest trip we've ever done.
I mean, we've done 3 of these now, and this has been the cheapest, hasn't it? I think.
Yeah.
Like, and for quality as well.
4 days in PA would cost you more than this trip in a week.
For a week.
For a week.
But yeah, it's a bit cold and a bit windy today. But yeah, this entrance is gorgeous. Let's have a walk through here. This is obviously all the ticket booths just in here, where you would pay if you've not booked online. Are you right, girls? Looking forward to a new park? Yeah, Gold Rush. Only 2 coaster credits to get here though. But like Martin said, lots of theming, lots of shows. And yeah, this entrance is lovely. I spot the monorail track up there as well. We've got a little cable car up there. And we don't really know much about the park, so that's the beauty. And here's the turnstiles just here, Harry Turnstile.
One man operating a turnstile.
That's crazy. There is also a campsite here, a Attractiepark, and there's also a water park here as well. And that is a gorgeous fountain package. None of us have been here before, it's all our first time. So yeah, let's get in the park and go and see Slagharen. Oh no, his hat's gone. Here we are, got some entertainment going on here. Oh, this is a really nice park. Already, I love Wild West theme. I like my Frontierland in Disneyland. Nice vehicle. It's a bit windy though.
It is a bit windy.
Very
for his hat.
Yeah, very windy. Yeah, especially for a hat.
Very warm welcome to you all with 10,000 people here in Slagharen. My name is Kabouter. Now, welcome. Welcome.
Oh.
Yeah, don't tell anything. Welcome. Yes.
Welcome.
I'm very busy, as you can see.
Here we are then inside the park, and as you saw there was a bit of an actor spiel going on at the entrance. That was really nice, and like we were saying, quite a lot of shows and things to see here at this park. And I love the look of all these buildings walking down here. Going down towards Gold Rush, we think the staggered openings in this park, so it might not open until 11 o'clock, but we're going down for a look at it anyway, because to be honest, it's certainly a lot taller than what I was expecting. You got the Ferris wheel just here on the left hand side. Is that in action, is it? Yeah, these buildings are nice, and obviously you've got the cable car running just above us here. It's like a proper old school ski lift. Quite a bit of history to this park, it seems, that I didn't realise. That's why it's quite nice to come for the first time and not do loads of research and not know a lot about it really. But yeah, all these buildings down the side here, bit of a Mexican style feel going on with these. I think the park is actually split up into different themed areas. We'll have a look at the map in a second and have a look. There are, there's a cornetto there with a hat on. That's quite funny. Jailhouse. Really nice theming down here. Sheriff's office. Really nice. My sort of park, this one. Whoa, this Gerstlauer looks impressive. What do you think of that, Charlotte? You love a good Gerstlauer. How's that make you feel seeing that one?
Very good.
It actually looks decent though, it looks really good and it's very well themed as well. With the big entrance here, the water towers.
I'm not expecting it to be as bad as the Eurofighters though.
No, nowhere near. Well, it's only just over a year old, this ride. Oh my god.
I'm not expecting it to be.
Hello, it's crazy around here. Oh my god, they're all waving. We've got a nice themed queue line, so we've got some wagons here with all barrels on. You know me, I like all the little details. Station building's really nicely themed as well. Someone's camping out for the night over there, got a little tent up, hanging the washing up. Yeah, you can tell that all the landscaping and stuff needs to grow a bit more around here. Does look a bit barren in places, but I suppose that kind of fits the theme. We are in the Wild West. You don't have loads of massive trees everywhere. But yeah, I look forward to this. It reaches speeds of just under 60 miles an hour. 2 inversions on this, and it's the same model coaster as the Smiler at Alton Towers, an Infinity Coaster from Gerstlauer. However, it has got lap bars, and yeah, let's get on and check this one out. I'm really looking forward to it. I need to wake up this morning. Oh yes. If only Smiler had these trains. If Smiler had lap bars. Whee! Oh yeah. Well, I've done Madagascar over at Motion Gate in Dubai, and Madagascar was very good because of these restraints. So yeah, let's find out.
Not the country.
Let's find out.
Not the country.
The Madagascar Mad Pursuit. Let's go. Now that is an impressive Gerstlauer roller coaster. You know that I'm not a big fan of their rides normally, but that is certainly a very enjoyable experience. One of my favourite Gerstlauer coasters going actually, and it's a package, and that's what I like about rides. When you walk through that queue line, the entrance is well themed, you walk up the queue, you go into the station, there's lots going on around the ride, there's little pathways underneath to go and get shots of the coaster. I really like Gold Rush. In terms of where I rank it against other Gerstlauer roller coasters and just other coasters in general, I wouldn't put it anywhere near up in my top coasters, but it's certainly a very good solid ride, and I'd say probably a perfect addition for this park. It is quite a short ride, but it is a very fast ride. It reaches just at about 59 miles an hour, they say, and you can certainly feel that. Obviously, you launch forwards and start to make your way up here into the first element, and then you launch backwards through the station, and you get some great hang time. We had 2 rides, but towards the back of the train, you get some really good hang time, and then move forwards and then up round into the rest of the layout, where you launch straight through the station. A real solid ride, and the fact that you get some really good airtime. The big airtime hill up there above the station building was certainly a good highlight of the ride. Hopefully it'll speed up a bit over there later on, because it was a little bit slow on that section. But the launches were really snappy. The train design is brilliant. I like the front, all the theming on there. You've also got a really nice lap bar restraint on that. So it means that you're actually really exposed when you're going around on the ride. I just thought that was a really good solid attraction. Yes, it's only got 2 inversions. Yes, it's quite short, but it's a package ride. The one thing that this entire area, and I'd say the entire park misses from what we've seen, is audio. They've got some beautiful buildings and some really nice theming, and now we're standing in like this little Wild West street area with gorgeous facades, but there's no atmosphere, there's no music, and that's the one thing that I was really thought this park was going to thrive up there compared to the other ones we've done on this trip. I thought it'd be packed with audio and lots going on, whereas at the moment it's just lacking a bit of atmosphere, which I wasn't quite expecting. I thought this park was going to be, whoa, welcome to Wild West, you know, and it's not. It's got really nice theming though, and yeah, it's early days. Yeah, it's early days. It's staggered openings. There's a lot of shows to see. We saw the street theatre at the top. That was a good start. But yeah, it just needs a bit more audio because there's nothing at the moment. But yeah, that coaster is very nice. Obviously running one train just there, with it being a shuttle style coaster. But yeah, it's gorgeous. The hang time on the back, especially at that point now where you're at the other side. And of course launching forwards, they'll be into that first element. Oh wow. But Martin's not a big fan of Gerstlauer. You don't really like many of their rides. So what did you think of that one?
Well, I liked that.
You liked it?
Yeah, that is probably the only Gerstlauer thrill coaster that I've actually liked.
Wow.
To be honest.
You liked it?
Yeah, because
Martin liked
obviously I would
Gerstlauer.
classify that as a thrill coaster, and obviously I like the likes of Anubis. I would classify as a family coaster.
I do prefer Anubis.
I prefer Anubis to this.
What's that?
Kids blacked out.
Oh my god.
You're so free on this, and that's why I like it. At the back, you get loads of hang time. Yep.
It's smooth as well. Like,
yeah,
there's
it
certainly
is.
no gear stake on that. It was good. It was a very enjoyable ride.
It is.
Like,
It is. I really, really like it. Like Sean is saying, the whole park is lacking a little bit of music. That's all. Just needs a bit of music.
but that might come later, maybe.
Yeah.
There's still time.
Well, obviously they've got a parade that comes down here. I
Only a
gather.
short one, we think. But
Yeah.
it's still a parade. It's still entertainment,
It's still
atmosphere.
entertainment. And I liked the actor at the start. He was really, really good.
Yeah.
I thought he was one of the best.
So we've gone from someone who hates Gerstlauer to someone who loves Gerstlauer. What did you think to it, Charlotte?
I preferred it on the front than the back. The back was painful on my legs.
Oh, you did what? How come it was painful on the legs?
Because it was too tight on my thighs.
Oh, what do you think to the coaster itself, though?
It's very good. It's probably one of my favourites.
It is, yeah. Like I say, Smiler was originally planned to have that style of restraint system at Alton Towers. But yeah, I think the front had some really good views, like when you're going round it. But yeah, the back was certainly that hang time. I think what's made it for me at the back. But I liked the view at the front. But I wouldn't say it's exceeded expectations, and I'm not disappointed with it. It's just exactly what I was expecting, other than the audio. So if anyone from the park's watching, can we have some music, please? I have noticed lots of speakers around that ride. That's all it's lacking, because it's got even like there's the shop behind me here. Everything here is themed. There's no like warehouses in sight. It's lovely themed buildings. It's like a big version of Frontierland at the Disney parks, or Far West at Portaventura. But anyway, we'll come back to Gold Rush later on when it's warmed up even more and do some rides. It's about going round and getting everything else. And like I say, there's only 2 coaster credits here. There's a Vekoma Junior coaster back towards the entrance. And other than that, there's obviously the chairlift, which isn't open yet. It's just finding what's open and what there is to do early on, because I'm not too sure. And also we'll have a look at that map as well, and I'll show you guys a full look at the park's lineup. Oh, up goes the shutter on the Wild West Adventure, which I'm doing a little bit of research. I think this is some sort of boat ride inside here. I like the hashtag rock work though here. And we're going into some sort of dome. Here we go, it's 11 o'clock. Yeah, there's a few staggered openings here. Oh, look at this. What do you think, Martin? Beaming?
Good.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. The whole park looks
Oh,
good.
there's your map of the boat ride, look, on the fire plan. Oh, I love this theming. This is so me. Wow. All the lights are flickering. Let's go and get on, this is nice. Well themed. Here we are then, so we're on a round boat here. Looks a little bit like a rapids boat, but it isn't a rapids as far as we know. It is just a dark ride. I say just a dark ride, this is my cup of tea. It's very dark in here though, so you might not be able to see much. Oh, that waterfall action. Hey. Wow, this is a huge show building. Really tall. What the hell? We got fire on the ride. Fire? What? I was not expecting that. Yeah, very wet.
Zal mijn volk niets meer te eten hebben en verhongeren. Hoe
The dark.
I tell you what, I was not expecting that. Wild West Adventure at Slagharen, that was brilliant. That was actually my favourite ride that I've seen yet at the park. Don't get me wrong, I love Gold Rush. Hey, Theme Park Worldwide on YouTube, check it out. Yeah, I loved Gold Rush, don't get me wrong, that was brilliant. But the dark ride, Wild West Adventure, oh my God, that was something spectacular. There was fire effects. It's a Mack Rides boat ride that opened in year 2000. Me and Martin actually thought when we went on it that the building itself might have been something before, maybe a coaster in there or just something else, but we just did a bit of research when we came off and it looks like it was built just for that, but we found it quite fascinating because normally you wouldn't see a dark ride built in like a domed tent structure like that. It'd normally just be in a big show building. So that was interesting, but it does look like from doing a bit of research that it was actually built for that 18 years ago.
Maybe that's why they got it so cheap.
Maybe.
500,000 euros for that seems very, very cheap for a dark ride of that quality.
You can tell we've just been on Wikipedia, can't you? Yeah. To look at,
we were curious.
5 minutes ago we had no information. Now we know everything. We know the history of that ride now.
Find out the answer to that.
Yeah.
You know.
What did you think to it?
It's nice to see the historic windmill in the park.
Yeah.
That was here previously to the park being here.
And then they bought it apparently, yeah, according to someone who we know. Big shout out to Amy if you're watching. It was good to see you and do a few rides with you earlier.
That is interesting.
Yeah, but that dark ride was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I really, really enjoyed that. That was definitely the best ride here so far.
It was, yeah. Don't get me wrong, Gold Rush was brilliant. Two very solid rides.
Coaster, yeah.
And it had audio, that dark ride, right? Yeah, actually it had audio, which is what the rest of the park is lacking at the moment. But I am really enjoying it here. It's just very windy. I do apologise if you can hear that on the camera. It's a windy day. I know what the camera's like for picking up the breeze. But that was absolutely fantastic. I loved that. The details in there, the rocks that went up towards the ceiling, all the different Indian statues, the horses, the fire effect. Just overall a very solid and enjoyable ride that was. It was great. As you've probably seen so far, I've not been able to film on the coasters. Unfortunately, they don't allow on-ride filming on quite a lot of the thrill rides here. It was fine on the dark ride. Probably fine on a couple of other bits as well, but in terms of filming on a lot of the bigger coasters and flat rides, and I say a lot of the bigger coasters, there's only 2 coasters here, but yeah, unfortunately I won't be able to film, but hopefully I will film on this cable car, which is going to take us down to the end of the park and get the other coaster credit. That was a laugh, jumping on here to the cable car, the classic ski lift where it keeps on moving and you just have to jump onto it backwards to get on. What did you think to the dark ride, Charlotte?
I loved it.
You like a good dark ride, don't you?
Good,
We all like dark rides at Theme Park Worldwide. That's why we're theme parks and not just coasters.
Very good.
It was, and the fire effect was good. And there was the waterfalls as well, wasn't there?
Got a bit wet.
Yeah, what did, like, turned off when we got to it, the first one, didn't it? And the second one stayed on down the side. But yeah, it's nice. This looks like the sort of park where you might see some goats as well.
I don't think.
Do you not think so?
There's ponies, but no.
I don't know. You think might have a bit of a farm here. They're very trusting over here, the Dutch. They've all let all the school kids that have gone on Gold Rush. They've all left all the bags out at the side. Oh, we've stopped. Oh, Martin and Leah have broke it. Yeah. They're in front of us. Yeah, they're very trusting, leaving all the bags out, and you don't really see that so much back home. But oh, here we go. Gold Rush is going round. Oh yes. Of course, you get some great views, and the monorail actually passes through. You can just see the monorail track that was painted last year to fit with the colour scheme of the coaster, which is quite nice. Oh yes. It's a good ride that. Both the rides we've done so far, very enjoyable. And let's make our way down this Wild West street and get a few aerial shots of it. Lovely. Good to hear that there's now some audio on down the street. Me and Martin were just a bit early with that one, weren't we? But at least we've got some audio on now. It's still not that loud there around the park. It'd be nice if it was proper blasting out. But here we are back over the plaza, and the cable car's got a little bit taller here. As you can see over there, you've got the carousel, which is strange actually, because the horses must control themselves from the bottom, because there's not a stick what moves up and down to control those. Of course, there's the entrance to the park, the monorail track running around there. Coma Junior coaster on the side. Oh no, it's dabbing. No dabbing, please. Dabbing's not allowed. We're about to go over this really nice fountain package. Yeah, they're nice buildings there as well. The Frontier Cafe. Big Jake Dinner House, oh love it, and the monorail passes through it as well. Some of my favourite things, monorails and Wild West theming, and fountains as well. Looks like to do some sort of show or something in the middle there. Little stage. And here you can see they're reworking the entrance area here and doing the footpath. Started doing some resurfacing work. And here we are down the other end of the park. It's only a small park, but it's certainly a nice park. Spinning flat ride over there. El Torito. Drop tower just here. Chair swing there that looks just like the one that used to be at Lightwater Valley when I was a kid, back in the UK. And then we can see the log flume over there at the back. And here we are coming into the station at the other end of the park. It's a very sort of streamlined park at this. It's all in a line, but there's quite a lot of attractions here. So let's continue our day and get on to the next one. But that was really nice, some really good scenic views of the park.
At the right side, stone. At the left side, arc. And this gas was there. At the right side, two. At the left side, the bottom.
So me and Martin just had a ride on the flat ride, as you saw just there. El Torito, was it called? Yeah, I think it was, something along those lines. Anyway, we've come down towards the log flume, which is just behind me. That's actually called Ripsaw Falls. I feel like I'm back at Islands of Adventure in Orlando. Well, I will be next week, so make sure you check out the vlogs from that one, from the Florida trip that me and Alex are doing. Really can't wait, it's going to be a really good trip. And of course, we'll have a good laugh going around there. Me and Alex's first time doing the parks together in Florida. He's been many times, I've been quite a few times now. Yeah, so it's going to be our first time seeing it all together, meaning we'll have done all the Disney parks in the world. Martin, you haven't finished your job for today. You need to carry on with the sweeping.
Sorry, I'm not allowed on until
I'm not letting you on this 2001 Vekoma family coaster called Mine Train until you've done the sweeping. That's it. There you go. Oh, bit more, bit more. Come on. Yeah, you know what, Martin, because I'm feeling nice, that's an adequate job. I'll allow you on this 2001 Vekoma Junior coaster called Mine Train. Go and enjoy it. Martin, you did a great job, and we'll see you after the ride.
clapping hands. High five. You okay?
I think that's the world's shortest theme park parade right there. Me and Martin got evacuated from the log flume and it said 12:30 for the parade right here, and yeah, it was just 2 floats. I mean, we thought it was going to be short, but that was short. I mean, I classed the one at Movie Park Germany as a short parade, and that's probably what, 4 or 5 floats with the actors in. But yeah, that was the parade here at Slagharen. Yeah, I don't quite know what to say about it. I can't even really review that. I like the fact that there's a couple of moving vehicles, but that's more street there, so that isn't really a parade, that one. It is more street there, so that's the sort of thing you'd expect to just park up, and a bit like this morning when we walked in, really. Yeah, that was interesting. We are watching 2 more shows this afternoon. We've got the American Circus that we're going to watch. I'm not too sure if I'm going to be able to film them or not. We have the American Circus that we'll go and check out. If I can't film it, I'll talk about it afterwards and share our thoughts. And yeah, if I can film it, of course, I'll always share some highlights like I do. But yeah, it's a funny part, this, because they've got 2 really good quality rides, and then the rest of them, they're a little bit naff, really. There's a lot of flat rides stuff that aren't really that good. Yeah, like the street there, it was great this morning. I thought, oh, we're going to be good for entertainment. But yeah, then we had the couple of parade there. It was a little bit iffy. Yeah, I'm yeah, not too sure on that one. So after the parade that wasn't really a parade, here we are inside a beautifully themed restaurant here, the Crazy Horse Saloon. Look at this. Honestly, I really do like the theming at this park. And this is a really nice venue. I'm not too sure if they do any shows in here or not. I know there's not today on the schedule. But it looks like that's set up as a bit of a stage up there, like they could be. And down here, there's a bit of tech in here, speakers and lighting. But yeah, this is really nice in here. You got these Indian statues just here. Oh wow, look all the detailing behind the bar up there, the American flags. And yeah, here's the food menu just over here. I think Martin's having a schnitzel, which is one of the delicacies over here. Mexican burger, chicken nuggets, all sorts of stuff. And yeah, what a really nice place it is in here. Reasonably priced actually as well for a meal, or a menu as they call them over here. But what I've noticed with this park so far is all the little details. And it's like, look up there, all the different barrels and stuff attached to it. It's a very highly detailed saloon. I'd probably say I prefer this saloon to the one at Portaventura actually, because it's more authentic. The problem is with the one at Portaventura, with that saloon now, is they've put a lot of tacky stuff in there to take away from it. Whereas with this, it's still really nicely authentic. I've put my bag just down here. Oh, yours is here, is it? On it. Oh, there you are. You got me drink.
Forgot your
oh, you got me drink, have you? Yeah. Thank you. You get these little vibrating pads here as well. We got these at Toverland last time. You get them in a few places back home as well, where it'll vibrate when your food's ready. But yeah, this is gorgeous. Oh, are we? We're all on the same one? Yeah. Oh, there you go. But yeah, this is really nice in here, and you got this big statue here as well. It's a very nice park though, this. There's a couple of really nice high quality rides, but all of it is very well themed and I like it. Really like it. That was a really nice meal, that was, in that saloon over there. Really enjoyed that. And my favourite meal I've had of the trip, that one, and reasonably priced as well, as you saw there from the food menu. Not too bad at all. Came out on proper plates and stuff there as well. Like Leah had a burger, came out on like a wooden board and stuff. So that was really nice, very good meal. We have come over here to the music hall now, and I thought it was going to be like a themed to be a music hall, but it actually is a huge venue. I assume they might do weddings, conferences, all that sort of stuff in here, because it's massive. And look at the chandeliers up on the ceiling. These are really nice. I was saying to them guys just while we were having lunch, this park is not really about loads of rides. It's more about the experience. It's about buying into that whole, here we are in the Wild West Frontier America experience, a bit like the American Adventure was back in the UK when that operated. I was gutted when it closed. I know that was on a much smaller scale than here in terms of how big the park is with the different areas and stuff. But yeah, it's on that same sort of scale of it really, in terms of the theme the shows, and it'd been more about the experience, a bit like what Portaventura was when that first opened back in the 90s. So yeah, we're here to watch a show in the music hall, and it's on this big stage just behind me here. Show you that. There you go. Yeah, like I say, it's a huge venue in here. You saw just whilst I was talking that way. I think looking at the venue, I'll be able to show you some shots of the show. I think it's got the park mascots in this one as well. So here you go. Here's a few minutes of highlights from this live production here at Slagharen. Looking forward to this one.
Dat maakt het feest compleet. Rensie en Rosie zijn zo en dan begint de show.
I know you're all sat there watching this, wanting to sing along. Come on, sing along if you know the words.
Ik ben zo blij dat jij er bent, jij wordt straks excellent. Welkom in mijn saloon, hier is altijd wat te doen. Er staat alles klaar, weer swingers van kom op. We beginnen dan op de witte lakens liggen er nog. 1, 2, hoppa, sorry. Ik kijk er glazen glippen, oh misschien de lamp er is nog wat binnen. Het stof is weg, de bar is clean. Ik kan het hebben.
De Red Bandits, de boevenbende. Haha, de show jongens de meisjes, goede kids, sluit je bij ons en de Red Bandits.
Daar gaat weer Rosie, die komen zo. Ga weg, weg.
Ben ik te min?
Ja.
Ben ik dom?
Ja.
De rest niet, we maar stom. We maken ons eigen. Is het dan? Dan komen we Julie en de laatste lot.
Van de Red Bandits. En nu moeten we met z'n allen naar buiten. De Rennie en Rosie show kan niet meer doorgaan. Die Rennie en Rosie show kan niet blijven staan.
Oh, wat verschrikkelijk!
Ja, het is een ramp.
Hoe is dit mogelijk?
Ik weet het niet, maar het is verschrikkelijk. Zijn jullie de enige feestvorm hier? Nee, want wij zijn er ook nog. Wie ben jij? Ik ben het barkeepertje. En die hoed, die is van mij. 3, 2, 1. Ik wil naar huis toe. Is er een baasje spoken? Mama! Dat komt! En ga maar weg naar huis. Want jij hoort hier.
What was that? Randy and Rosie, na 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 na, Randy and Rosie. That was a good character show. I enjoyed that. I mean, it was borderline. It wasn't just for kids, and it wasn't like a full-on like adult style show either. It was just in the middle, you know. It was suitable for everyone. A good all-round family show. A good production, about half an hour. I'm not too sure what was going on storyline-wise in that one. We were in some sort of saloon. The guy came out at the start and he was singing about his saloon, wasn't he? He was proud of his saloon. And then after that we had some, I think it was some sort of bank robber or some nasty person came in basically, and they wanted to get rid of him, so they all dressed up as ghosts to try and scare him. I think that was the storyline, wasn't it, Martin?
Yeah.
I think so.
I got the gist of that. That was the gist I got.
And then the characters were sort of helping out with that whole task of dressing up. They came out in the spooky clothes. And then at the end, we had an awesome like dance section with a really catchy song that they probably sat on CD here. It wouldn't surprise me because that was good. Certainly a lot better than the parade. Like the parade needs some work, but that was a very good character show. I enjoyed it. It was nice. Good overall production. And I must say, whoever's programmed the lighting in that did a very good job. Because some of the moving heads, instead of using a follow spot, I'm getting a bit geeky now into theatre because I do like theatre a lot. And instead of having a follow spot, they actually had like some of the moving heads programmed to follow the cast around. And it was a big venue. So yeah, it was really well put together. And I think Martin enjoyed that one. I think the girls enjoyed it.
I did enjoy that show. I mean, I couldn't really understand it, but all the show needs for me is a catchy tune, and it's certainly got that.
And it's a winner. Well, me and Martin are off on Gold Rush again for our third ride. And there it comes, about to shoot through the station at some speed. It comes through here fast. Whoa.
It's a fast coaster for such a small coaster.
It is. It's a good coaster, this. Honestly, it's a brilliant ride. And yeah, like I say, it's an overall package with the station. Just all of it's a really nice ride. I think we're getting towards the back again here, so we'll get some hang time back of the train. Some mega hang time for me and Martin. There it comes. I do like as well how it actually says the name of the coaster on the back of the train. That's a little bit different. Gold Rush.
I think the S is falling off though.
I think the S is falling off. It doesn't look very secure to me. Yeah, this is a nice ride. Good ride hardware this is. Alright, let's go on. We'll see you afterwards. Just another excellent ride there on Gold Rush, but we've got some shameful operations going on here from the guy just down there on the right hand side, who's basically, well, everybody was getting back on to re-ride. Yeah, it's Theme Park Worldwide on YouTube, check it out. Everyone was getting back onto re-ride, including these all here, and then me and Martin sort of got off, decided to get back on and re-ride, and we were told that we couldn't re-ride. It was just a bloke there on the right hand side who was quite rude actually, that one. So yeah, that's a shame. We've been discriminated and we can't re-ride.
But the kids can.
Yeah, that's a bit, you know, like I'm all for parks that don't have a re-rider policy. In fact, I can understand why parks don't allow it, but for some people not to.
Everybody.
Yeah, it should be for everyone. That wasn't very fair, that. Yeah, the operator there, who just looked at me and was like, oh, shoo off, like, you know. So yeah, I wasn't very impressed there. Something like that, one thing is enough to spoil a park for me. And I just said to Martin, like, that then was my best ride on it actually. That made me prefer it than Anubis, but yeah, that was a bit of shocking behaviour from that staff. He literally came out the op cabin and he went like this, he looked at me and he went, shoo off. And it's not very often that I'll have a moan on these videos because you guys don't sit there at home wanting to see me go to theme parks moaning. You know, I like to try and stay positive, but that is discrimination, letting them actually go on it and kicking us off. I don't know why. Is it because we're British? I don't know, but he certainly didn't want me and Martin to ride that again. But on another note, that was a back row ride. I was on the outer seats and that was beautiful, that was. Certainly got a bit of a rattle to it. It's got more of a rattle than Anubis, but I really enjoyed that on the back row. So yeah, that all happened very quickly. I had a fantastic ride in a really good mood. Came off and it was spoilt by the operator just over there. Well, there you go, Gold Rush. I think we're going to go and watch another show now. It's a park where there's some things that I really like and there's some things what are a little bit. I love the theming. I love this ride, but yeah, operations are a bit questionable. Like I say, I'm all for parks not allowing re-riding. Merlin don't allow it, that's fine, we know the deal, but you either do it for everyone or, you know, no one at all. Oh well, it's done with. There he is, look. Hope he's happy now.
This is a metal emerald.
Well, I can't quite believe that, to be honest. You know what I need after that stressful situation? A nice ride on a vintage cars, don't we?
But apparently it's got 2 steering wheels. This can't be safe. I don't know a single manufacturer that has 2 steering
I'll
wheels.
tell you what, Martin, you drive half the journey and I'll drive the other half. We've got some nice flowers around here, though. I don't think it's a very long ride, this, is it? Is it literally just go... It just goes straight to there, does it? Oh my God, that is like really short. We've only been going. We've been going 29 seconds, then we get off. You know what? Hey Martin, do you want a re-ride because it's so short?
They won't allow it.
Oh right.
Because we're not a kid.
Yeah. Oh, I can't believe that. That was pretty shocking. That. Like I say, you guys don't want to sit there watching me moan. I don't like to moan on these videos, but I am honest. And what happened there was unacceptable in my opinion. And I'd certainly, before you decide to come to this park, certainly look at other options first instead of coming here, in my opinion. Here we are, I'm back to the station. That ride was a minute. There you go, it was a minute from station to station. There you go, that's it. I couldn't even drive my half, Martin. It's just going down this way towards our next show, the American Circus. Got a pirate ship just there. This is the back of that dark ride that we went on earlier on. Crazy, isn't it, that it's in a big tent? What an interesting structure. And here it looks like we've got a high rope course opening. I'll tell you what, God, that is like the best like construction sign I've ever seen. Look at that, they've actually done a proper wooden sign with that. Good to see they're sticking with the theme. It's got all these rocks at the side just here. There you go, oh wow. So it says opening 2018. Climbing walls. Oh, there you go. Construction updates going on here. I wasn't expecting to be getting updates today. There we are. John Wallace Crawford. 8 metre tall. What does that mean? Interesting. God, it's quite a big structure going in there. And here you can see a bit of live construction taking place. Left a bit. Right a little. On the Genie. Construction workers smiling, looking over. Got a little Los Petrillos here as well. Don't really know what these are actually called. I always call them Los Petrillos because of the one at Portaventura. Now we've come round the back of that dark ride, it shows just how well they did of fitting so much in it. That's nice theme in there as well, the wheel. They got some really good stuff here in terms of the theming. Oh, here we go. It's the character from this morning.
Welcome at the big circus show.
Hello.
This is one of the artists. You can buy tickets, €15. Like your favorite cowboy casa.
Thank you. €15. I don't.
No, I say €70.50.
€70.50. I'm British. I don't have money.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I said.
Yeah. See you later.
Yeah, maybe.
You see, how good is he? He's brilliant. People like. I don't get it, Martin. We've just had that awful customer service on Gold Rush, and then
Give
you see
him a promotion.
Like, he's brilliant. He's fantastic. I'm not too sure if I'll be able to film this one or not, but we'll soon find out. It's a nice venue. American Circus. What's the difference between a normal circus and an American circus? I guess we'll find out. Hopefully they've not just slapped America on it and become it's a normal circus. I'm hoping it's going to be a little bit different. But yeah, normally with circuses you can't film. But if so, I'll show you some footage, and if not, I'll see you after. Paradise for you. For those of you that watch TPW Weekly every Wednesday here on Theme Park Worldwide. Not sure what's going on with this crazy fireman, but he's loving this ladder. And it's good that they allow you to film the show. I do really like that. I'm sure there's about 3 of him in this park. He was at the entrance. We saw
There
him
needs
like,
to be 3 of him because he's the best person here. He's the best member of staff here.
What did you think to the circus? American
It
circus?
was a good variety show featuring Tom Daly and Vicky Ballard. That's all I can say.
It was interesting, wasn't it?
If you're Dutch and you don't know who Tom Daly and Vicky Ballard are, Google them and they look exactly like them.
The acts were, it was like we'd gone back 20 years, wasn't it? Like, there was nothing in that what I'd not seen before.
Well, yeah, like,
But it
we've
was
all seen
alright.
those tricks before, but they are the oldest tricks in the books, but they're the best ones.
It was, yeah, it was
They're the best
interesting.
ones.
My one issue with that show is the speakers were in the wrong place. Like, the audio quality in there for a big venue was shocking. Like, the lighting was really well put together. You can tell whoever did the lighting for the first one, but it was starting to make my ears hurt a bit, the audio in there. It was only because of where we were sat. If you're sitting in there, sit at the back because the speakers are on a truss in the middle, and the speakers were actually behind us, so it meant that the sound was bouncing off the wall and coming back to us. So yeah, if you are watching that and coming here, sit right at the back so you're behind the speakers. But in terms of the acts, yeah, it was just like we'd gone back 20 years. It was more of an illusion show than a circus show, really. There was the illusions, there was a male and female that you saw there. Yeah, they were doing stuff that I'd seen before, but they put on a good show, them two did. They were quite good at doing all the acts, and the key to being a good illusionist, from what I've seen, and I'm a big fan of Penn and Teller personally, I like watching their stuff. It's all about the show, it's about how you put it together, and it's about doing all the hand movements, and when the girl pops up, she's got to do the, you know, the hands in the air sort of thing. That's what them illusionists are all about. It's about putting on a show, and it was all right. In terms of the overall production quality, I don't think it was as good as the first show, but it was a nice performance to still watch. It's certainly a lot better than theme park shows what we get back in the UK, apart from Hot Ice, because that is like up here. But other than that, yeah, like it was just all right. I've not come out of it amazed. I've not seen anything what I've not seen before, but I do like some of the oldest tricks in the book, like Martin said, like the floating table and stuff. But yeah, it was all right. That was. It was just, you know, at least we got some theme park shows here. I've missed shows at the other parks, so it's nice to have them. And it's a nice little park just here. Not a very big park, but it's a nice little park for what it is. And I do like it. What are you looking at down here?
Dirty water.
Dirty water. What did you think to the American circus? Yeah, just alright, wasn't it? Just alright.
Got a bit wet.
Yeah, it got a little bit wet. Looking for fish or something down here. Oh, lovely. Yeah, I'm not too keen on this part of the park, just here. Looks a bit... Oh no, we've got an SBNO attraction. Oh dear. But yeah, it was, you know, it was alright, that was. In terms of entertainment, the street theatre guy is the best person here in my opinion. He's really good doing what he does. The parade needs work. The American circus was, you know, if you've never seen anything like that before, you'd enjoy it, but just go in expecting like old tricks. It's nothing like brand new. I think we have a lot better circuses that travel around in the UK, and if you've never seen Gandhi's back home, recommend Gandhi's, really good, or Candy's I think it is, sorry. Candy's Circus, they are brilliant back in the UK. They travel round, one of the best circuses in the world, really enjoy them. It's worth pointing out that there's a lot of different shops and restaurants here, so many, especially for a small park, which is interesting. There's also quite a lot of arcades and little buildings with things in, which is really nice. It's a very good park here. I'd like to see it on a busy day actually, because it does lack atmosphere today, especially with there not being much audio around. But yeah, let's have a little look in the shop just here. I don't think there's going to be any merchandise. Is this where we're going, is it, for park merch? Toy Bazaar? Let's Let's have a little look. So this is clothes. Oh, it's a big shop. Oh my god. But have we got any park merch? That's what we want. Down the end, down here. So this area, what we're walking into now, is an area themed around Jules Verne, which is quite interesting. A bit like Discoveryland at Disneyland Paris. That's a nice Jules Verne area. Can't really see much park branded merchandise. Is that? Oh, there's not.
There's a bigger shop up the other end that's got more stuff.
Where was the Gold Rush stuff? What you saw over here? Oh, there we go. Gold Rush t-shirts, caps. Gold Rush the ride. $29.95. Oh my god, that is expensive for a t-shirt. €30, Martin.
That is one expensive t-shirt. Yep.
That's a lot. Oh my god.
That is up to Florida prices. That is.
And at least that's
up to-
it's Disney branding, you know. Like this is
That's
just
up
their
to
own
Florida
part.
prices,
Oh my
that is.
god. You don't mind so much if you're paying for Mickey Mouse and stuff. See, oh my god. How much is a cap? €18 for a cap. It's pricey merchandise, isn't it? How much are the hoodies then? If the t-shirt is $29.95, how much is one of these hoodies?
$17.95 for just a Slagharen t-shirt, but it's a bit bulky.
Can you see any prices on these? I can't even see any. Oh, there we go. Guess, how much do you think this is going to be for a hoodie? I'm going to go €50.
It's 55.
Oh, $49.95. So hang on a minute, you may as well have a hoodie instead of a t-shirt. That's better value. Not like I'm going to be buying anything at those prices, but you know what I mean? Is there any mugs though? That's the key. I think this is just clothes in here.
There's some mugs behind the counter.
Is there some mugs around the counter? Oh, there you go, she knows the stuff. Let's go and have a look at the mugs. I'm not paying over the roof for them though. So there's the selection of mugs just there behind the counter. But yeah, there's stuff with the mascot on, but there's nothing there with Gold Rush or, yeah, all a bit kiddified, all the mugs there, unfortunately. Like Leah said, we'll have a look in one of the other shops later on, but yeah, not much in terms of merchandise here. It's just like a normal shop. A lot of this isn't park brand. This is another brand, isn't it? Cars. Not even heard of them before. I've heard of the Disney film, Pixar, but yeah, we're going to get some jeans, Martin. Strange. Selling all different branded merch.
I don't know, if I wanted to go into a shop, I suppose I would just go into a shopping centre.
You'd go to the outlet, wouldn't you? You know. Yeah, I'm not interested. Let's have a look around this Jules Verne area. So we've got somewhere called Chocolate Factory over there. Little spinning flat ride there. And then here we've got a Mack Rides Twist and Splash. There we are, a bit like SpongeBob. That was actually the first one from Mack Rides, these are. That was the first one at Blackpool Pleasure Beach in Nickelodeon Land. Prototype ride. This one doesn't look anywhere near as pretty though, does it? It's lacking a bit of theming. But I do really like Jules Verne. And there's some nice bits of steampunk around this area. Like this just here, Expedition Nautilus that's called. That's nice theming. Got like the big canister just over here. And of course Tokyo Disney Sea features some of my favourite Jules Verne. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, one of my favourites. Journey to the Centre of the Earth, one of the world's best dark rides. Zamperla Rocking Tug. It's quite nicely themed around here, but again it just lacks audio. It really needs some audio around here. And over at the back we've got a Huss Enterprise, a little spinning Dumbos ride, a carousel here, and then spinning chair swings just over there. And there is a drop tower just round to the side there as well. We're just waiting for this monorail to turn up now. Not sure how many stations there is, but we wait just here at these steps. And that'll take us around the park and we should get some nice views. Yeah, I'll take you along for the ride on this one. Here we are then. Monorail time. And this takes us on a massive tour around the park. It goes pretty much around the whole park this, and it intertwines out of different buildings as we can see here, and a bit further when we come out of this Jules Verne area you'll see just down here these buildings, we intertwine in and out of them. Really nice. I'd say the monorail was here first and then they've built a lot of these buildings around it, I guess. Some of these buildings don't actually look that old, especially down here in Jules Verne Adventureland. Randy's Pizza and Pasta there. Of course, the park mascots that we saw in the show earlier on. There's the drop tower. Not been on that. I'm not too fussed, to be honest. It's just a generic, bit like the Jolly Roger, isn't it? I don't feel like that really fits there. That could have some really nice theming around it, that. You can make it a bit like a, I don't know, like a crate of things where you drop down through or something, just to make it a bit more exciting. Oh, here we go. Got some scenes in here, piano. Again, some music in there would be really nice and certainly add to it. We make our way down the back now of these buildings. We should see a bit of the holiday park here at Slagharen from on here as well, so I'll show you some footage of that. I think it's going to be round here on the right hand side when we come round this way. There's all the lodges down there. Looks a bit like Butlins chalets, that does. Interesting, they've got actually quite a lot of accommodation for such a small park. But I suppose a bit like some of the others we've seen on this trip. Like if you stay there, you probably get admission to the park. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm just guessing, a bit like Monorail, where a big part of it, people will probably stay there for a week or so for the holiday and then travel around different areas here as well. Because obviously Slagharen is actually a little town. Yeah, there's a lot of accommodation.
A lot of them look empty too.
It does look very empty, doesn't it? We are midweek there in September. I assume on a weekend it does get a bit busier than it has been. Here's the back of all that Main Street. Like, it's actually called Main Street as well. Just shows what you can do, the magic of good theming. Just normal buildings, and then on the front the facades look really nice. Love the buildings. Not too keen on the colour of the water slides over there, especially the green. They just about get rid of the, get away with the orange and the yellow. But yeah, you should get rid of the green colour off that. It doesn't really fit in with the park. You've got these really nice facades here, and then of course you've got the water park. But yeah, we've got to stop here now, because this coaster here isn't allowed to actually operate whilst the monorail is going through it, according to someone we met earlier on. Here we go, yeah, that's it. And it stops. So it has to wait until the coast is clear, and then we can go. That's an interesting system, isn't it?
That's crazy.
Is it to do with the clearance, do you think? Surely they haven't built it like with the clearance that
I
time.
believe they've built a coaster on the site of a monorail and actually carried on building it when they knew that that was going to be the system.
Well, I suppose it is quite a short coaster, isn't it? So it doesn't really make too much of a difference. It is interesting though, because I don't see why it needs to stop, because the clearance is not, you know, too bad, unless it's something to do with loose articles. Maybe they're worried about in case people drop something out of here and it falls on the track or something. I'm not too sure with that one. Certainly an interesting move by the park though, that, isn't it? Very strange. Of course, right down the other end now. More food outlets, so many food outlets. That's the other cable car station where we went on earlier on. The shortest vintage car ride in the world. Just under there. And yeah, now the monorail makes its way around the back of this side of the buildings. I like how they've stopped painting the track there. They've painted it gold rush colours up until that point. Then it's the old colour scheme. That's quite funny. Some more views of the water park here. It's only got a small indoor section. It's not a massive water park by the looks of it. Bit of an outdoor section there, and looks like some good flumes here actually. What have we got? 2 slides here. Yeah, it's not huge that, but it looks alright actually. All in that building just there. I'm just not too sure on the colour scheme, like I say. Don't really feel like them colours fit with the branding of the park. Would have been great if they'd have themed it to like the town watermill or something along those lines. There's a lot of things you can do with water parks and Wild West theming. Deserted down there. I can't see one person down at the water park. Crazy. Some more great views here of Gold Rush though. That's a nice angle. That's probably the best view you can get of the coaster actually. Get the sign in and the overall coaster itself. Really nice. Oh, I'm just enjoying a nice relaxing ride then on the chairlift back down the main street here towards Gold Rush. I've just split off to come and do a few re-rides because them guys aren't too fussed, so I want to do a few re-rides on Gold Rush and then also go back on that awesome dark ride from earlier on as we come towards the end of our day here. I've enjoyed it here today. I think it's quite a nice park. I think that I enjoy it more than the others do because I really love this sort of theme. But I look forward to seeing everyone's thoughts at the end of the day on this one. For me, the theme in here is spectacular. I just can't believe it lacks the audio, and I know that I've mentioned it so much in this video, but I really feel like that makes so much for a park. And yeah, Gold Rush is sat there, look, empty. What is it, 2 people on there, look. Wow, it's crazy, isn't it? Such a quality coaster, and it's just sat there empty. The park's really quietened down actually after the show's finished. The last show finished at 3:30. But anyway, I'll see you a little bit later on. We're going to do a few more re-rides, so I'll show you a few more shots before we wrap up the day here at Slagharen. There you go, no messing about with the queue line closure here. Obviously it's our first time visit to the park, but there you go, 16:56, the queue line has just been closed for Gold Rush. It must be a situation here where, which quite a lot of parks do to be fair, where the ride has to be clear by the ride close time, which today is 5 o'clock. But yeah, Gold Rush, I did 10 rides on it there, plus what we did earlier on today. So I'm quite pleased with that, to be honest. Yeah, it's a very good coaster. It's a shame that what happened earlier on, my God, look at my hair. You can tell I've had 10 rides, can't you? It's a shame that what happened earlier on did happen, to be honest with that, because it's a really enjoyable ride. It's just operated a bit, well, not very fairly, to be honest. But yeah, it's running really well in terms of a coaster. As the day goes on, yeah, towards the back, it's got a bit of a Gerstlauer rattle, but it's not painful. It's not like the Eurofighter models where, you know, I find them really painful. But the rain has just started to come down now here at Slagharen at the end of our day as we walk back down Main Street, USA. Yeah, no, that's next week. But yeah, like, look at this bridge, there's 2 little locks on as well. Yeah, that's quite nice, isn't it? All the way along the bridge just here. And it's a park of 2 halves, this, because you've got half on this side of the water, half on that side of the water. And I do really like it. For me personally, I think the others will disagree, but this has been my favourite part that we've done of the trip. And that's because of the buildings, you know, around it. Yes, I know there's not much in terms of ride hardware. There's a lot of flat rides here. Quite a lot of them we've not done today, to be honest, mainly because you can find them in other places. It's more been about walking around, seeing the buildings, and of course getting plenty of rides on that. I had another ride on the dark ride as well, which was nice. But yeah, like all these buildings down here, I just think it's really nice. Obviously there is audio down this street, but a lot of the park really does lack some music, and that's my main issue. That's the one thing from today. What my complaint about this park is the music. I'm not a big, it just needs more. Yes, it's playing down here now. It wasn't this morning, but it really feels like that they're running it on bare minimum staff at this park, which is quite interesting because I noticed that also at Park Warner when I went over to Madrid a couple of years ago, and obviously it's owned by the same people. And I think Martin said it as well, didn't he? Really, staffing is low.
This reminds me very much of the staffing levels when you go to Movie Park Germany.
Another one of their parks.
Like obviously, like you might get one member of staff on the turnstiles, and maybe like a manager might come over to help them just for the morning rush.
Yeah.
And then they go straight over to the show over there at 2:30 and
help
go
out.
over there. Yeah. So I mean, technically, probably if you're an entertainment person here, you've probably got quite a lot to do because if you're an entertainment technician or whatever, you've probably got to go and do
everything,
2 things at once, and it's probably
What are your
quite
thoughts just in general on the park? And
I love the theming.
Yeah.
Yep.
So do I. That's what's made it for me, the theming.
Yeah.
Of the park.
Yeah.
The theming's on par with what I expected.
Yeah. I like the dark ride.
Yeah, that's my
like the
favourite
coaster.
ride, the dark ride.
Yep. You're just in need of a bit of audio. Well, I say that this has got audio
Just this
right now.
street there, but that's about it.
This isn't the same as the rest of the park.
No.
This is just
and this
one
isn't
little
still enough. You can
street.
have sound effects of like gun shootings and all sorts going on down here to really make it feel immersive and make it feel really better. Like you can have all sorts going on in these windows, and I think there's so much. This park, and Martin said it earlier on, it's got so much potential. Am I leaving disappointed? I'm certainly not. In fact, the park itself is exactly what I was expecting in terms of the look and feel of it. I did think there'd be a lot more audio. That's my main thing. I know I've gone on about it a lot, but for me, audio can make a ride, it can make a park. And here, it's lacked atmosphere today. I know we've come on a very quiet day. It's not the crowd numbers, it's that music, that background music that's really important. Like down here, you're walking down with the music and it's lovely on this bit. But yeah, there's certainly a long way they can go to improve in the future. But yeah, Leo, what have you thought to it?
Yeah, that was fast.
Oh yeah, you went on the wheel, didn't you? Yeah, I didn't go on the
That
wheel.
wasn't a Ferris wheel, that was more like a Miami wave.
What? Was it
that was so fast.
Could you see much like around the area around here?
No, it was too fast. It just goes...
Because my thoughts were, I was thinking this when I just went to do some re-rides.
Plus it was raining up the top there.
Oh,
and
no.
Not only was it going fast, it was just a bit like...
I was thinking this about the audio and the village. Now, do you think they maybe have issues with the locals here? Hence why there's not much loud music.
It is very, very close
Yeah, I
to the
don't know.
town
Could
of
you see the
Slagharen,
town up there
and
much from on the wheel?
Yeah, you can. It is very, very close to a lot of houses here.
That's what I think
Maybe
it could
that might
be.
be an issue.
I think it
But,
could be
yeah.
part of the problem. Maybe that is why there's audio
a few
issues. I
sort
don't
of
know.
abandoned attractions, such as this one over here. There's a few abandoned buildings. So really, it's probably just as the numbers have dropped or whatever, then they've obviously tried to cut things instead of trying to improve things.
Hopefully
And-
Gold Rush might bring some more people back. I hope so. But it does have good
Well,
visitor
that
numbers.
opened- Yes, yeah, it does have good visitor
Yeah,
numbers.
it opened last year, didn't
I
it?
mean, yeah, I understand that this is a quiet day, but
yeah.
I don't know. There are other things you can do rather than just shutting things.
There we go.
You know.
Let's hear off Charlotte. We've not heard off her much today. What do you think to the park? Yeah? Okay, means you didn't enjoy it.
Gold Rush is my favourite.
Yeah?
I love that, and the little dark ride was good.
Yeah, the dark ride
And
was
the
great.
Miami wave.
The Ferris wheel. Yeah, it's one of them parks, isn't it? I really like it. Like I say, it's my favourite park of the trip, but there's certainly been some issues today, and I must point out some of the staff here have been downright rude today, in my opinion. And it's not very often I'll go straight out and say that in a video unless I really feel it. But today, some of the staff here, especially on Gold Rush, it was uncalled for earlier on, in my opinion. And there's just been a lot of staff where they've not bothered to interact or say anything. And yeah, what the hell is that? Yeah.
Randy, the park
Oh,
mascot.
hello, Randy.
And he was only €10. How much of a bargain is that?
See, I don't
park
really
was-
think that's too cheap. Like €10. I
You
think
don't think that's too
for a
cheap?
teddy bear, I think that's quite pricey.
Right, if you go to Europa Park, that will cost you about 20 or 30
Oh my
euros.
god, I've never looked to be
Alright?
honest.
Yeah, teddies.
I don't buy teddies. Yeah.
I know the prices of teddies. This is cheap for a teddy.
That's crazy.
Believe me. And, like, park entry costs us 10 euros, so this cost me 10
I must say,
euros.
for the price we've paid, we can't
This has
complain,
been a
can we?
bargain day out, this has.
It has. To
This
be
has
honest,
been a bargain, B&M bargains day out, this
for
has.
what, €9.50? Like,
€9.90.
how many rides have we had for €9? It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Certainly
But
had our money's worth.
we have had our money's worth, but tomorrow is what I'm really looking forward to the most, and that is, of course, our visit to Toverland to go and see the two brand new areas, Port Laguna and Avalon, and the new B&M Wing Coaster, Phoenix. Very much looking forward to that, so make sure you join us tomorrow for that video. But there you go, thank you very much for watching. Shame there's no on-ride filming allowed here. In my opinion, would you could prioritise this park over some of the others? Say you've got limited time? No, I wouldn't. I'd definitely say, instead of visiting this park, go and check out some of the other ones in the area if you're on limited time. Oh, I have a leaflet, thank you. But there you go, on that note, thank you very much for watching, and that means it's time to cue those credits. See you soon.